Niranjana Jamunatira Vanachari Jamunatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Nam, Hare Nam. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai, Nitai, Gaur, Haribol, 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 Gaur, Haribol. Nitai. Gaur Premanande, Jai Prabhupada, Paramahamsa, Parivajika, His Divine Grace, Laisi Bhaktivedanta, Swami Prabhupada ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Nityal Jai Vishwapad, Paramahamsa, Parivajika, His Divine Grace, La Bhakti Siddhanta Goswami, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Ananta Kori Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai, Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki Jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande. All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees. Glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Glories to Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 14, text 16, right? Okay. Kvachit kala vishamita rajakula rakshasha parita priyatama dhanashu Pramritaka iva vigata jiva lakshana aste. Sorry, it's not very poetic, but Kvachit kala vishamita rajakula Raksha shaparhita priyatama dhanusha Pramritaka iva vigata jivalakshana aste. Kvachit kala vishamita rajakula. Raksha sapahita priyatama dhanusha. Tanashu. Pramritaka iva vigata jivalakshane aste. Shall I try? Nobody want to try? Kvachit. Sometimes. Kala vishamita. Made crooked by time. Rajakula. The government men. Rakshasha. By those who are like carnivores. Human beings. Aparhita. Being plundered. Priyatama. Most dear. Dhana. In the form of wealth. Ashu. Whose life heir. Pramartikaha. Dead. Iva. Like. Vigata jiva lakshana. Bereft of all signs of life. Aste. He remains. Translation Prabhupada by His Divine Grace, Prabhupada ki jai. Government men are always like carnivores, demons, called Rakshasa, man-eaters. Sometimes these government men turn against the conditioned soul and take away all his accumulated wealth, being bereft of his life's reserved wealth. The conditioned soul loses all enthusiasm. Indeed, it is as though he loses his life. But the word Raja Kula Rakshasa is very significant. Śrīmad Bhāgavatam was compiled about 5,000 years ago. Yet government men are referred to as Rakshasa or carnivores, demons. If government men are opposed to a person, that person will be bereft of all his riches, which he has accumulated with great care over a long period of time. Actually, no one wants to pay income tax. Even government men themselves try to avoid these taxes. But at unfavorable times, income taxes are exacted forcibly, and the taxpayers become very morose. Okay. That's the purport. So this is a simple description of the Kali Yuga, the age we are living in. Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, it points out everything, circumstances we are living in this age. Even Krishna explains that this material world is a place of misery. The kalayam asasatam, place of suffering. And no one can say that, we're having a good time here. He may have a good time, but that's very short term. Basically, the world we're living in is 99% is misery. And people are hoping that they'll have a good time. Prabhupada used to say, hoping against hope. So we are bombarded with all kinds of miseries of life, and Prabhupada explains here, people work very hard and government men, they're extracting the taxes from you. And they're working out to make less tax, but that's not going to happen because they always talk about it. Oh yeah, next year we'll make it less for you. But at least they're giving it back here in Australia, other places. They give back the tax, they have a better road, some facilities. Some places like India, they don't really care for people that much. Like you can see, you travel from Calcutta to Mayapur, the road is so bad for the last 30 years. They haven't fixed it. So there is money, but it's going into government pockets, the politicians' pockets. So there's so much cheating in this world, in this material world. People are not honest. So people have to try to work so hard to try to live comfortably in this world, but still, even so, it's a very difficult place for everyone. Even the government people, they try to make it easier, but even so, there is always hardship to try to make everything smooth, to make easy for people's livelihood. But the problem is greed. Someone is taking too much, and then others don't get it. So there's actually enough in this world to go around. As soon as you leave Melbourne, you will see so much land. You can drive so much land. India, all the countries in the world, but everyone is coming into the city they're cramping into the city, try to live here because want of wealth, want of livelihood. But there's plenty of everything. But someone is taking so much, others are getting less. So that's greed. So why do we have to tax people? Because there's greed, people are taking so much, there's no equally sharing the wealth. Each person has one car. If 5 people are home, everybody has their own car. And then there's pollution, traffic. They don't have a system where they can reduce the problems. That is the problem, is that the car salespeople, they're selling, the car company, buy more, buy more. They just push from everyone. And the government is taxing them, so they're getting their revenues. And then, so this way, it's a very vicious circle we're living in. So government is taxing the car company, and they're selling it, so everybody has their own car, and then there's just too many cars on the road, and then they have to build a tunnel because there's too many cars on the bridge. But when they build the tunnel, there's still going to be, the problem's still there. Because the greed. The problem is here. We have to take away the greed, become simple. Simple living, high thinking, Prabhupada used to say. So 5 people at home, 5 person has a car. And you go down the road from here to the beach, and then you take your car. You can go for a walk. People are so lazy. So when there is comfort in life, this discourages people from austerity. They're dependent on too much, on material livelihood. If you have 1 pair of shoe, then you want another pair. So you go to the shoe shop, and you're so bewildered with so many shoes. You don't know which one you want, and then you walk away without anything. You're bewildered. But we think we are getting a bargain. After all, there is still anxiety in all of us. Despite all this wealth, despite all the facilities in life, still there is anxiety. So, government is taxing people because they also want more. They want to give back, perhaps they're taking for themselves, who knows. So this is the situation of the material world. This is Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga means everyone is full of problems. You can't just take the problem and put it away. Problem is there. Okay, we have the coronavirus 1, now the variant 2, variant 3, and then they bring the vaccines, and then you're getting blood clogs from the vaccines. It's not helping. And then that's finished, some other things will come. This is the situation of this world, this material world. And Krishna already spoken in the Bhagavad Gita that material world is a place of misery. But no one is taking it seriously. They think, I'll give it a try. He'll get better later. Everyone is saying this. Oh, next year will be better. So this is why the illusion, the Maya, illusory energy of Maya is called, it's called the covering potency. Throws a net, and we're under the spell of Maya. We're illusioned. We're thinking, oh, it's very nice here. I love it here. I see people, I was talking to one guy, he has just one boy, one girl, husband, wife, and the mother. So they have one house here, one house there. They have everything they need, plenty of money. So when you do a home program, they will give you $200 as a red packet gift. Because they have a lot. But every time I saw them, they look very miserable. Like I said, Haribol, Prabhu, Haribol. You know. They can't even smile. Maybe they have too much money. So when you have material things, it's not that you're going to be going around very happy. Happiness is not come from me, it doesn't come from material things. Because people have material things, but they're not happy. Happiness, real happiness comes from the soul, from within, from the heart. Nobody's looking to the heart, everyone's looking out, elsewhere. Happiness comes from Krishna. How many devotees here? We're not millionaires. We're very simple people. But we're really happy. You go to India, the children, they're playing in the dust with twigs from a tree. Very happy. They're playing in the roadside. And you come to Australia, America, they have a big house, and the kids, they have special toys and running train. But they're so miserable. But those people in India, they're just as happy with not much in their life. They have very little. What is description of happiness? Less or more, it doesn't matter. The point is they're happy. So the thing is, the more you have material things, it doesn't make you happy necessarily. It only makes you miserable. When I have this watch here, Seiko, then I was thinking, I want an Italian watch. Because there's a big watch shop, and they purposely put it in window. So people, oh wow, looks so... They put the best ones to make it attractive. So I was looking at it, wow, saying, I had this for a few years now, I need a new watch. It's still working. This is the illusion. Even as us guys, the devotees, we say, I need a better car, my car is getting really old, And some people I've seen, they have a really old car, they want to go back to 1950s. And they're going down the road. So nobody is happy. So greed is what makes people, this illusory Maya make you think, I want. You're running for it. But you're not happy. We are just like the people, they put the watch on the window. So Maya is putting in front of us, come, very attractive. Very attractive, go for it. Once you have it, too late. Like sometimes family life, for example. Before he had so little, he lived in an ashram, simple, he have just, bare necessities of life. You wake up for program and you chant, very nice. Everything going well, taken care of. Then you get married. From this much problem become this much. But you're thinking, it's going to be, everyone is doing it, so it's okay, But have you actually talked to those people? They'll tell you, don't do it. You're bucked into the mud. You have this thing called quicksand. You heard that before? Quicksand. You fall in the sand, and you try to get out, it gets more bogged. And then a crocodile comes. What's left? Gone. You can't run away. So material life is like that, quicksand. And we are thinking, I'm having a good time. Tears coming from the eyes, and there's quarrel in the family, and work so hard. I give talks in the families, devotees. Sometimes Mataji says, can you preach to my husband? He's too unhappy. So I'm going around, you're too happy, you talk to... Something wrong with you, why are you so unhappy? That's why we go on Harinam, you see, what we have to give to people, we have nothing. We just wear some robes. A long time ago, in the early 80s and in the 70s, they used to say, you guys are wearing bed sheets. They didn't have proper dhoti in America. But they were so happy. You guys have so simple clothes, but you're so happy. So, the devotees, we can also be very illusioned by material energy. We're always checking out, this food is not good, I want this better food. So we have to cook for you. So there's always Maya is in front of us, wiggling. Come on. And we're attracted by it. In India, in the rainy season, there's those who lived in Mayapur during the rainy season, they have these flies, moth, big flies. They have big wings. They love the electric light. They all go for it. So we come from Mangalarati, you see a big pile of moth under the light. They're attracted to the light. Once they go in so hot, they die. And they fall there. So the big pile under the lights, all these lights, these moths. So we're attracted to enjoyment and we burn ourselves. Ouch! Why did I do it? So, Bhagavatam is giving us these instructions, waking us up. This is the Guru, the spiritual master, the Vaishnavas, the devotees. They're giving us this knowledge to wake us up, waking the soul, the realities. Why the Bhagavatam have to say this, taxpayers? But he's telling us that there's a better world, a spiritual world. Krishna explained in Bhagavad Gita, there's a spiritual world, there's no need of sun or moon or electricity. Self-effulgent. Can you imagine that? Krishna's time 5,000 years ago, they didn't have any electricity back then. But Krishna's light, I was stealing the yogurt, was kept, the gopis made. So he was stealing it, the butter, from the room. They're hanging in the rafter. So then Krishna was wearing the jewels because there's no electricity. So they were thinking maybe it was lighting up because from the jewels he is wearing. The gopis were saying. And so actually Krishna doesn't have to wear anything, still there is light, because he is all the light in the world come from him. He is the source of all electric or sun or moon. That's my point. So they have these jewels they put in the walls that light up before. And the British came to India, they took the jewels out. Queen wear it now, Kohinoor. Before, all our temples in India, very ancient temples, was lit up by the jewels. So I went to one of the Taj Mahal, and there's gap on the side of the wall. They only have the color stones. And this big hole, there used to be diamond there. They took it out. The diamond they took out, they just keep the color stones. So before, the old temples were made from gold and jewelry that light up without having to put electric light. Or they use the ghee wicks. So Krishna's body was always very effulgent. So he was stealing the yogurt, so they thought, it's light coming from his body. They were right. So the spiritual world is full of effulgent. People don't have to worry about paying the bills. We're paying the electric bill. You work so hard. I remember a few years ago when I first came here, I was paying gas and electric bill like maybe once in a while $80 or less. Suddenly, they sent me a big bill like this, $450. I was so angry. So I called up. I said, "You guys, you think I'm just coming from China? That I can speak English and I've been here. You're trying to cheat me." So I took them to the combustor, the company. And they said, "So what do you want us to do?" I said, "Go back to the old bill." They thought I was going to just, pay them the $450. They were talking to the wrong person, and I didn't. So they were trying to cheat me. And some people, they didn't say anything, they just keep paying, even if it was big bill like that. So we're dumb in the material world. We're like those donkeys, They work so hard, they put big bags on their back, and they can hardly walk. And then they don't there's so much food, grass, and here we have, they can go on and help themselves, grass, but why they have to work for someone? And at the end of the day, they give them grass and carrot and something to eat. We are like that. We are laughing at the donkey. We are like that. You see people on the side of the road. They are begging for food and things. Well, here they can join here and just do service to Krishna. I will take care of you. No. I'm happy here. They're suffering like anything. There's one guy in Calcutta who said, "You join the temple, we'll take care of you, do puja, service, devotional service, everything. But you have to give up 4 principles. No meat eating, no illicit sex, no gambling, no intoxication." He said, "I can give up all those things except bidi." Bidi is a smoke. In India they make a homemade. He said, "I can't give up bidi. I'll just be on the side of the road beg, but I have to have my bidi." So people will suffer. They don't mind suffering. They're used to suffering. So that's why, Bhagavatam tells us, people are like those donkeys. We need to wake up. The devotees, we are telling you, wake up to the knowledge. Wake up, the Jeev Jago. Wake up, the sleeping soul. Wake up from ignorance. In our time, in the 70s, they used to beat us with a stick. Yeah, really. Those who are from the United States and Europe, they couldn't take it. I said, it's my karma, I could accept it. I was born in India, so I could accept a little bit. Some of them said, they want a revenge. I could revenge too, but I thought, what the heck, it's my karma. I suffer a little bit. I accept it. But those other guys, they just couldn't take it. They said they have to wake up in the morning, take a cold shower. So many things we have to do. And so, in our time, taking cold shower in India is a joke, because they have hot and cold. The hot one doesn't work. They just put it there. So I'm mucking around with it, and it's not even a drop of hot water coming out. I said, what this, Because I came to Australia, when I was only 16. And then before that we didn't worry about hot water, because in Bengal it's always hot. It didn't get too cold anyway. And we knew how to make the water hot. And so we'd put mustard oil, so when they put the cold water on you, you don't feel the cold. It just slides off. Plus mustard oil is very heating. It heats the nerves. So then they said, you really want a hot shower, huh? So my friends were telling, yeah, I want a hot shower. So you have to get up 2:30 in the morning, because they have this electric thing, metal, you put it in a metal bucket, and it boils the water. And it is a big trip. So we didn't find any metal bucket. They had plastic bucket. So we put one in, and the plastic bucket melted. And then I thought, I just gone to the tower, 2 minutes, I'm done. It's such a headache. So you have to get up early, find the metal bucket, and sometimes you can get electrocuted. You can just get up, put the mustard oil, take a quick shower, and finish. So, so much headache. So, when I came here, it was so good. I was living in the ashram in Sydney, and I never seen a carpet floor, because we were in the temple, like marble floor, or the dirt floor, or cow dung, like that, in the countryside. So I said, wow, carpet, that's fantastic. I said, people say, you need sleeping bag. I said, no need, just already you can sleep. Carpet's good enough. So I was just lying there after a morning program, I was tired. I just go to the ashram and just crash out on the carpet. I was having a really good time. And there was hardly any austerities. And then we are in India, we don't have any refrigerator in the ashram. So they have a big refrigerator. And we open the refrigerator, have sweet rice, rasgulla, so many things. But everybody put the name on it, so nobody can touch. I said, that's a good idea. So I bought prasadam from the temple, I put name. They have Janmashtami, they have big festival, they have so many types of food. And then I put my name, and it was there, no one was taking it. We were respectful to your, In India, maybe they take it, put your name, throw it, and take it. And then I thought, I love it here. I don't want to go to India again. So I'm staying here in Australia. Then a week later they said, Prabhu, you need to go on Sankirtan. They didn't tell me about going on selling books and doing some hard work. So then I thought, I was wrong, there's all these things, but you have to pay for it, to work for it. So nothing is easy. But, you have to see everything, the realities behind. Not think always enjoyment. Nothing comes for free. But Krishna is giving it for free. When you eat your apple and your vegetables, sunlight, the moonlight gives a taste into vegetation. Well, we don't think about it. Let's go to Coles and you get the best looking apple, made in Japan, the big one, shiny, they coat it with something. But Krishna's mercy, by God's mercy, if there was no sunlight, there's no moonlight, there's no flavor in the vegetables. Somebody gave me a zucchini. Zucchini? In India, the zucchini is this size. Somebody gave me, I had to carry it on my shoulder. It was so big. They said, I grow it in my backyard. I said, wow, how much chemical you put in? It's no natural goodness. They put so much chemical, it just looks big. But when you taste it, you have to put packets of spices to make it tasty. I know all about it because I'm a cook. And when you put cauliflower in India, it's this size. Come here, this huge cauliflower, because of my head. And then when you cook it, the damn thing doesn't have any flavor. So what I'm saying is, everyone is trying to create an artificial way of life where Krishna has already given us the system for us to enjoy. Do you want to enjoy? Enjoy, it's already there, everything is there. And then he sent a bill. Sunlight is there, the moonlight is there, everything is there. In the heavenly planet, there is an ocean called a milk ocean, right? Ocean of milk, in the spiritual world. Imagine you go down the Albert Park, the beach, and suddenly the whole ocean turned into milk. Are you going to come with a truck to get all that milk? And buckets. And then people start cooking, making a paneer and cheese right there. That's why there's no milk ocean here. And government will seal it off. This is the government property now. If you want milk, go to Coles. Yeah? So they're making money, what's already given to us by God. So you make your zucchini this size, it's fine. Who gave the sunlight to grow that? God. And then you send a bill because your electricity is up. Krishna says, all the light and all the fire, I am the creator of all that. By His mercy. From Him comes, so any light, any electricity, it's all because, any fire, it's all creation of the sun. So, I heard some place in Europe, there's no sunlight. 6 months a year. I said, I'm not going there. No sunlight, 6 months a year. Imagine like, oh, you sleep all day and night. What ignorance. Lucky we have day and night, so we can be up daytime. And so some people, they sleep till 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock. I want to try it one day. I said, I'm going to stay up all night and I want to sleep all day. So then I woke up at 12 o'clock. I opened the curtain, the sun outside. So some people, they sleep. So this is when I was very young in India. We had to get up like 3 o'clock in the morning and 1 hour nap in the afternoon. And so we never got enough sleep. So I said, I'm going to sleep until all day, wake up in the evening. So I went to sleep, and I woke up when the sun was setting. I said, wow, it's time to get up. But I thought the sun is rising. So I slept the whole day. So some people, they sleep all day, and they work at night. We are meant to sleep at night and work daytime. So we're putting everything upside down. Why people are sick? Because we are doing everything what's according to what God has given us. We are doing our own program. So that's why you need to understand things more clearly. Life is meant for austerity. Life is meant for God consciousness, not for enjoyment. Really. You can enjoy in a nice way. How much can you enjoy anyway? Just a few days ago, we went to a birthday party for a devotee. There was food everywhere, all over the table. You can smell it from down the road. They're making all French stuff, they're French from Mauritius. And so I think, wow. I walked in, I just had a little bit, and I was already full. They came. There was so much food everywhere. Everywhere you look, on the table, on the bench, and this is food. And they were making cakes on a table. So then they said, this is a birthday party, there has to be food everywhere. And then we had snacks. So some people are really going for the snacks. They didn't tell them about the main course. And they're already full. They said, oh, you didn't tell us the main course. And when they came out with the main course, they were like, everyone's full. We're thinking we're the enjoyer. We had a few pieces, this and that. Oh, bas ho gaya, I'm done. We're not the enjoyer. Our stomach is as size as this cup. And then we have food like this much. We're going to shove it in there or what? How much can you put in? It's a bag made out of skin. And they put it in. Here's the machine here. And there's a grinder in there. And then you grind it up. And then you smoothen it up, and then it goes down. Before that, you have to put different types, like halava. No, nobody here eats halava anymore. Like khichdi and then a paneer, and you chew it up. It goes down behind your tongue. It goes boom. It drops onto the stomach. It's the same thing. You can eat mud. You can eat cow dung or a clay. It's all the same, because once it passes the tongue, it's done. It turns into waste. But before that, he make big fuss. Oh, I gotta have this, I gotta have that. And he works so hard, he go to a restaurant and he have spaghetti, you pick it up with a thing and he drink. And it passes your tongue, it's all the same. You don't collect it out of the toilet. It smells bad. And we are thinking, wow, and you pay $100 for a meal, you go to the restaurant. So our body, his body it stinks. We have to put this and that, so many things, because it stinks. If you didn't take shower for 2 days, nobody want to be near you. Well, we think, wow, I'm so important. Well, your body is made out of gold or what? We're all the same. Body is the same. It's packaging. I remember a long time ago, in the 80s, we started doing this thing called limca. You all know from India, limca is a drink. And the bottle is like this. And then my friend, he bought a big bottle of Coca-Cola, this size bottle, like 2-3 liter in it. And we all sat around, he was giving to all of us like a Charnamita. He said, wow, Coca-Cola, what is that? And this is from UK. I said, wow, can I have some more? I drank the stuff, was like, I almost threw up. The taste was awful. It's not like drinking lassi, or mango lassi or something. And he was making big fuss about it. We make, you take the yogurt and you put mango and rose syrup and you blend it up. So heavenly. You can drink cup after cup if it's summertime. And I had a sip of Coca-Cola, I was like, where's that? Where's there to enjoy? So my point is the packaging. So I was looking at the bottle. It was like this and like that. So wow, that's amazing. In India we have very simple. We don't spend like money on those useless things. Only for God. Temple made out of gold, not just jewelry so you can wear in your body made out of skin and blood. It's for God. So then we're looking at it, he said, this is from UK, not in India, okay? So okay. And I'm living here in Australia. I was just fed up with all those things. I just want a simple life. Simple pusharam, simple everything. I wish I could go on a bullock cart. Bullock cart? A simple cart. It doesn't go fast, very slow, and people singing in the car, Hare Krishna. And it's very good life. You come here, everybody's in the car, zoom, zoom, zoom. You get a headache. Your life air is going out of your body. So we are meant to take it easy. Nobody wears bare feet anymore because you wear shoes and we are meant to touch the body onto the earth. When you walk on the grass, green grass, you get an energy from the grass. The dew, there's a dew comes from the sky. That touches the skin, you get energy, vibrations. It's very good for your health. But nobody even want to walk on the earth. They wear shoes everywhere. And then before that they have socks. And have 2 socks if it's cold. And then we're getting sick. I went to see a doctor. They said, because you don't have enough vitamin D in you. Because all our jacket and everything covered, beanie. So my point is, our life becomes like a machine, artificial life. Even we say, thank you. That's not one drop of smile in you. Thank you. What's that? Because we are so full of anxiety, we find it even hard to even smile. That's why they have laughing yoga and then comedy to make you laugh. The world is full of become like machines. They're even making movies now, all machine movies. Everything computerized. Imagine we do the arati to Krishna. We don't need pujari anymore. Just bring the computer, what do you call, robot. Chant 16 rounds. I think it's very quick. Just a repetition. Photoshop. Double it. So where is the bhakti in that? So the more we have material things, more anxiety we're going to end up with. Devotees are happy with chanting Hare Krishna. Devotees are happy with little things in life. That little thing is a big thing because Krishna is in it. This Ambarish Maharaj, He was a great devotee of Krishna, and he drank Charanamrita, and that's considered to break fast. So he drank Charanamrita. He thought he was breaking the fast. So Durvasa Muni, he said, "You drank the Charanamrita before you offering to me." So he was really angry. He was chasing him. He created a demon to kill him. Then Ambarish Maharaj was just chanting Hare Krishna. He is not afraid. The day that Sudarshan Chakra was sent by Lord Vishnu, Narayan, to chase him all over the planet. And Ambarish Maharaj was standing there 1 year before he came back. The Vashamuni came back to him. So my point is that this is a story in the Bhagavatam. I'm just telling, I didn't go in detail. So we take shelter of Krishna, He will take care of us. He will always protect us. He will take care of us in every way. When we want so many things, then we have to work for it. We are not happy with material things, you work, you will not be happy. Because when you get it, some other problems will come. That's why less you have, be satisfied with it. And some people, they're married, and then they break up, then they again and again, 5 times, 6 times, 7 times. It's like having, this water from Melbourne tap, and tip it out, you get water from Sydney tap, and tip it out, you get water from Delhi, tip it out, water from, Tasmania. It's the same thing. You're trying to enjoy the life in different cups. It's the same thing that is in it. But you think that it's getting better. So my point is the packaging. It all looks good. So we have to refine our character, our behavior, what we are putting inside. Are we putting Krishna consciousness in our head, in our consciousness, or are we putting rubbish? So it's a subtle point. We need to understand life, human life is meant for austerity. It's meant for cultivating God consciousness, meant for developing spiritual knowledge. How to end suffering. So the whole world is designed to end the suffering. Okay, you have a cut, put Band-Aid. You have indigestion, take NO, or something like that, or some medicine. You have headache, take Panadol. You have anxiety, call this number, Lifeline. You have, I had anxiety, the devotee says, read Bhagavatam. I read Bhagavatam, so makes sense. I read the scriptures. We don't need to run to the psychiatrist, because they themselves have problems. And then they're telling you. It's like my hands are tied, how can I untie your hand? Isn't it? That's what it is actually. So Bhagavatam is a solution. Spiritual knowledge is a solution. Krishna consciousness is a solution to all problems. There's no problem in the world, we create problems. 1970s, you can go to India and drink water from a river, or here too. They said, oh, don't drink water now from the river now, because there's so much chemical. Before you can drink, you have to drink bottled water, Bisleri. I went to India, I was okay for 3 days because I drank coconut water. And then they said, you drink this Bisleri water, it's bottled water. As soon as I drank, I got sick. Because they fill it up with tap water. They put Bisleri water. They're cheating. So my point is, what God has given us is already natural. We are making it unnatural. Isn't it? Krishna didn't have a coconut in the tree, he put the bottled water in it. It's natural. God is not cheating us. We are trying to cheat God. He God gave us the sunlight and the moonlight. We are giving the electric bill. I have paid for this bill, $500. And go to hell, I'm not paying that much. Argue back. So we need to wake up to understand why there is all these things. He says, oh, you Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, that's all you know it. You don't have any intelligent. Only the intelligent people chant Hare Krishna, actually. You talk to any of us, we have answer for you. Even a small kid can tell you the truth that they're scratching their head to find out for many years. A small Hare Krishna kid can tell you that easily. We have the truth. Yeah. So, Śrīmad Bhāgavatam is the answer to everything. Krishna conscious philosophy is the answer to everything. You have any questions? Yes.
You're telling that the water in India and the water in Melbourne is the same. But actually, if you drink the water in Melbourne, you feel good, Like when you drink the water in India, you get sick. So it's not the same.
Okay. He didn't hear what I said afterward, though. He heard only that part. He didn't hear what I said later on. So, there's two things in that. The point I was making is the enjoyment is the same. You're drinking in a different cup. Okay, forget water, sweet rice. Okay, sweet rice. Or sweet rice. So you put in a golden cup, then you take it out, put in a stainless steel cup, made in Japan, and then you put in a copper cup. But what it contains is the same. That's my point. Second point is, of course, if you wish, you can put some sand in the sweet rice. That's up to you. So, originally the water in India is good. Some guy at the back smoking and putting, some clay, dirty water. The water itself is clean, everywhere you go. But whether Australia or India, the water is water. Somebody is dirtying it. That's the point. So originally, Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema Sadhya Kavinaya Sravanadi Shuddhis Karaya Udaya. We Krishna consciousness is already innate within all of us. Sravanadi, we can uncover that by hearing and chanting. So we can purify the soul. That process of purification is chanting Hare Krishna as associate devotees. Just like that water. You can purify it. So I used to go to India, everybody told me, you take the water tablet, purified tablet. So I took it in India, they said, Prabhu, that's very offensive. You take Ganges water, you put purified tablet, it's already pure. Because what they do, they bring the Ganges water from the middle of the Ganges and they deliver to all the houses. Because the most pure water in India is the Ganges water, because it's flowing. So with the government, they send water in the tap, that's the worst water. Nobody drinks that. So, that's my point. It's not that, you have a different enjoyment. It's the same everywhere you go. Other questions? Only it's going to be a very serious question, not kids' question. Yes. What's the question? Oh, Mike.
That we get piety from our previous life, but
You forgot the question. You can ask me later when you remember it. Yes.
Thank you, Prabhu, for that. My question is when we get attacked from the plunderers and Guru takes
Attack.
When we get attacked from plunderers, like how to protect ourselves from, vicious people?
Fight them back. What else? That's one way. Plunderers, government is plunderers. They are plunderers, but we need to... you see, we are living in Kali Yuga. Before, the people were the priestly class, the Brahmanas, the Vaishnavas. We didn't have to work. Government take care. We just do puja, service, Brahmanical work, preach Krishna consciousness, government, the Vaishnavas. But now, nobody cares about the devotees. You have to get it. If you have family, you said, oh, I'm chanting Hare Krishna, and boom, you get your money coming on the table. No, you have to work. But we have to live the life. What you can do? Government doesn't recognize us. So, as devotees, we can accept everything that comes to us at the same time, be Krishna conscious, and we can't argue with the materialistic people. Then everything has place for everything. Somebody will deal with that. So, the main way that we are plunderers to ourselves, and when we are not becoming Krishna conscious, we are not associating with the devotees, when we are not chanting Hare Krishna, we are not studying Prabhupada's books, we are plunderers, because we are trying to plunder the material energy. Bhagavad Gita says, we are trying to lord over the material nature, lord it over the material nature. That's what everyone's trying to do, even us. So, forget fighting Maya, forget all this. Just take shelter of Krishna. If a big wave comes, huge waves, I always go swimming in the sea. Like there's big waves, sometimes small waves, big waves. So it's huge big waves, you don't go, nobody goes into the water. They tell you, too big. So there's reasonable waves, then everyone's catching waves, body surfing, and then surfing on the surfboard. I love it. And I go very far where they have waves. So suddenly this huge wave come. What's going to happen? And you're right there. If you don't know what to do, you're going to kill yourself. So you go underneath, jump underneath, and it come out of the back. You can't fight it. So one time, you have to time everything. And I couldn't get on time yet. And I was in the sand, I hurt my back, it can actually break your body. So, we are trying to fight the material nature, that's impossible. You can take shelter of Krishna and let him deal with it. So material world is a very dangerous place. We can fight back the material nature, but Krishna says, those who take shelter of me, I protect them. He will take charge of it. So when you're talking about some issue like between you, some other devotee, or your boss, or some government issue, then you have to deal with that. But when you're talking about material nature, the working with the material nature is very difficult. We have to simply take shelter of Krishna. What you can do? He's like a big, huge, gigantic person attack you. He just run. He doesn't hang around. Unless you know how to fight back. Okay? Anybody else? Okay, you were taking time, okay, you. 1 second. Okay?
So just back to the verse, talks about how the government men, or I guess people in general, are not very truthful, and they have the tendency to cheat in Kali Yuga. So I was just wondering, in Bhagavatam it says the 4 legs of Dharma, the only one left standing, like half standing, is truthfulness.
Uh-huh.
Why does it say that that's standing? Because I feel, it's even fallen compared to austerity or mercifulness.
Okay. Well, it says that that's the only thing that's a little bit left, truthfulness. But like you said, that even that's gone, very little truthfulness. Because Bhagavatam, at that time, when it was written, at that time, there was much more truthfulness than in all the other things. So according to the places. So is diminishing gradually. So right now, a truthfulness is hardly any. So at that time, all the three things among the truthfulness was the only one that was still strong. People, you can trust people. But now, even truthfulness is gone. That's why you're saying. So it's true what Bhagavatam says is, because that time, but Kali Yuga is speeding up, and even the truthfulness is losing. People are not truthful. Even sometime like us. Okay, I'm just saying in general. Sometime we don't finish our rounds or something, and he's very tired. He had a very long day, and he didn't get your rounds done, and it's already 10 at night. You still have a few rounds to do. So I said, I can't finish the rounds. I have to sleep. So I'm telling my own experience. We have promises to our spiritual master. We need to chant 16 rounds every day. So unless if we didn't finish your 16 rounds, and like I said, we had a whole day, and just before you're already tired and still have 2 rounds. So I say, I'll finish it tomorrow. I'll make up for it, 10 extra rounds. So I go to sleep, and I can't sleep. I'm tired. So I'm thinking to myself, hey, you want to sleep without finishing rounds? And then, I'm getting the message. So sometime I get up and I finish the rounds before 12, before that day is finished. So you have to be truthful to yourself. So many things may be said, but we need to be truthful to ourselves. When you are truthful to yourself, then when you speak the truth, it becomes truthful. Because there's a Shakti in it, there's this potency. So if you're not truthful and you're telling everybody to be truthful, there's no power in that. It's just a joke. So that's why when you are truthful about Krishna consciousness, actually the real truth is to be Krishna conscious. Everything else is not truthful. Everyone's lying. Even they're writing in the package, this, they're putting other things, they're not telling you. They write in a way to make you tricky. So there's all lying. Business is all lying. Businessman is lying. So everyone's lying. So the real truth is absolute truth. Truth about God. When you chant Hare Krishna, so at least when we are amongst the devotees, we feel satisfied because the devotees tell us the truth. If I'm not being truthful to you, I will feel guilty myself. Inside you'll feel hurt, and that's not healthy. Sometime or another daytime you will be lingering in your mind, I told a lie. I remember when I was this kid's age, there was a description of hellish planet. And they said, if you're not truthful, they cut your tongue. They have different pictures of different things. And I was lying all the time. So then I look at that and said, oh my God. Then I took it very seriously. I started to be truthful. And it's very difficult to be truthful. Because when you're a kid, everything is, you have to be lying to get stuff you need. So then those pictures made me serious. I thought, I never want to lie. And I want money. I saw this big money on the floor. I said, I had to be truthful. So I didn't take it. So I was trying to be very, very serious. And I take it who it belongs to. Even though I wanted, I tried to give back. So people will appreciate when you be truthful. So sometimes Bhagavatam says it, but at that time, like I said, that time the truthfulness was less. So it was more. So at least the truthfulness was there. But now, very little. So as the time goes, Kali Yuga, there will be very hardly any truthfulness. This is why even the Western people, they say, be transparent. Don't lie. Everybody knows that. Yes? You have to say it again.
Okay. Prabhu, you said that from our previous birth we get material opulence and misery. So then why do devotees have to earn and go to work when they're getting everything from Krishna's mercy?
Kids ask very smart questions. When I was in school, Gurukul, they said everybody have to ask questions. And I couldn't think of questions so quick. They said, you're dumb. Because they said, if you ask questions, it's a sign of intelligent. Like, I need time, I have to prepare to make time. I can't just ask a question, but some kids are very smart. Of course, previous life, whatever we do in the previous life, it comes back in this life. But we forget, when you serve Krishna, he can reduce the karma. Actually, that's very true. I'll tell you a story. I went on Sankirtan with one devotee. That devotee was a very nice devotee. We were in the street selling stuff, and they didn't know we were Hare Krishna. So I was one side of the road and he was on the other side of the road. Suddenly I see police car with light flashing and all this police, and my friend is there. I thought, oh my God, what's happening? And so I went over there. So they handcuffed my friend. He became a Hare Krishna devotee, and he had $15,000 fine on him from drug, this, that, and he became a devotee. So it was all in their system. So then I called the temple and they said, yeah. So that time, that was 1980s, they said, we don't have the money, we have the money, but we don't have to pay for his fines, $15,000. That's a lot of money at that time. So they said, you need to go to jail for 3 days, and it's all paid off. I said, wow, that's fantastic. So that devotee was really, really happy. He said, oh, I don't get enough sleep, I can chant my rounds, and I can rest for 3 days. And we're bringing prasadam for him, food from the temple. So he had a really good time in the jail for 3 days, and all the fines were paid for. I reckon they don't have that anymore, because if they start doing that, they're going to lose money. A lot of people have big fines. They used to do that at that time. And so, my point is, Krishna can reduce the karma for us. Big fine, a little bit. So, if you, like sometime, if Krishna, like they say, if your head needs to be chopped off, Krishna just gives you, it's reduced to a slap instead of big punishment. So Krishna is merciful. That means we have to surrender to him. We come up with big karma on our head. Previous life. One guy saw my hand, so a long time ago. They said, you have killed thousands of people in your past life. I said, I'm the coolest guy, I never hurt anyone. I'm very peaceful, how I can hurt people? But no, in the last life. They said, so I have to punish. They said, no, you were in the army, you killed people for the government. I said, oh, that's all right. So, if you're doing it for Krishna, and then suddenly you think, I'm going to do it for myself, then there's karma. So you go in a war and you kill so many people, there's no reaction for that. You don't have to be punished for that. But as soon as you come, when the war is over, you kill one person, you're punished for that, you have to go to the prison, right? So when you work for Krishna, he reduces the karma. Krishna says, I take your karma. But of course not killing people, but devotional service, So the only way we can purify ourselves is through serving Krishna. Only the government has the power to reduce your reactions. So Krishna has the power to reduce our karma. Not Shiva, not Ganesh. They don't have the power. Only Krishna. That's another reason to serve Krishna. The demigods, they can give you good health, good wife, and so many things, material things. They don't have the power to reduce your karma. Only Krishna consciousness, chanting Hare Krishna. Okay? You have any questions?
I do actually have a question, if that's all right. Thank you for the class, very engaging.
Okay.
I'm just wondering, how did our soul You spoke about our soul being asleep. How are we born with our soul asleep? And how did it become asleep?
I have to have a separate class for you. The soul sleep means, see, it's just like you take a gold and it's in the dirt. Years and years, it gets rusty. But gold is gold. You can clean it up and it's very useful, and you can trade it in, and you go to the gold nugget, you get it, trade it in. So the soul is pure. But the soul is covered in ignorance. It's stuck in this body. That's why people kill themselves. They say, oh, I'm going to now free myself. But they are not freeing themselves. They are going to get stuck again in another body. So understand, waking up the soul means waking up to our knowledge, to understand through knowledge. It's not like if I say, you beat your head, and take a big hammer and hit your head. It's not like you're going to hit your head, you're not going to have any head, because you'll break your head. So it means to understand the truth internally, to understand that we are stuck in here. So there is a process for everything. The process is cleansing, cleanse the heart. Cheta darpanam, the heart is dirty. How do you clean the heart? It's not the way you can get a soap and clean your heart. Through chanting, through mantra, meditation, from a very subtle process that cleanses the internal system, our mind and consciousness. Just like before, I used to swear a lot when I was a kid. So we had an assembly, all the kids. They said, you, come here. So they have these leaves in India, it's neem leaves. It's very bitter. One leaf you eat, so they said, they give me a big handful of leaf. I had to chew it and keep it in the mouth in front of everybody. And you're not allowed to spit it out, you can take it in. But it's actually very cleansing. It cleanses the blood. People take it 1 or 2 leaves a day. So it's not like you heat yourself. So there's a process for cleanse the soul. To cleanse the soul is through chanting. The soul, we are stuck in this body. So when you say, wake up the soul, waking up means waking up to our knowledge, to wake up to the spiritual understanding, waking up to the truth, absolute truth. There's no truth here. Everyone's lying. They say, you can enjoy here. That's what I was telling you. Maya is wiggling. And you go for it, and like the fly, you die. So, waking up means to realities of life. Like fish out of water. We are fish out of water. We have everything we need, but we are not in our state of life, where we belong. Our home is the spiritual world. Here we are artificially, we try to enjoy. The soul is stuck in this body, and that is the problem. The problem is the body. So we kill the body. No, we have to purify the body. This body belongs to Krishna. Bhumi Rapo Nalavayu. Krishna says there are elements the body is made out of, material elements. We didn't create them in a factory. The elements, the material elements, is his energy. So that energy is a material energy, it's temporary. What's eternal is a soul. Whether it's material or spiritual, it's all coming from Krishna. It's this flesh and bone, and we didn't create it. So this is Krishna's external energy, material energy. So Krishna says both material and spiritual come from me. He's the creator of both. But we defy God. So he put us in this material conditioning, in this material element, which is his energy, but it's temporary and suffering. So here in the temple we have the scriptures to wake up. I belong in the spiritual world. So we're understanding through this absolute truth. This is the real truth. So we are like the guru, the spiritual master, the teachers. They tell us these things. They don't tell in the school. They say, economic development, get a job. But they're telling you to entangle yourself. But they're not telling you the real truth of life. They're not telling you you're fish out of water. So we are telling. You understand what I'm saying? Yes. Yeah. And there's much more to say. I'm just briefing it to you. These people here from India, they all know everything. Oh, I'm from India. But that is the problem. They know too much and they don't do it. Where Australians, they don't know much, but they're very serious to know. And when they know it, they take it up. Where from India, I already know. And they don't know nothing about it. That's the problem, isn't it? So our devotees, they sell books in the street, they tell you. The Indians, I have the book, I got it, I have many. They can't sell them. We're selling books to Aussies, like yourself and many others. Yeah. I'm not just putting them down, but I'm just telling the truth, the absolute truth. And they're not offended because they're all very advanced devotees. They never get angry. Okay, Hare Krishna. Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai.